MJBulls is proud to produce the Raising Cannabis Capital podcast. Today's episode will begin after this brief message from our sponsor.
This ain't no desk job, but it's what you got to do to scale up to this in a single growing season. It's how in Oregon alone we grew and harvested the single largest crop of CBG in the world. Grit, tenacity, hell, whatever you want to call it. The crew at Hamptown USA has it by the bucket load. Just getting our seeds in the ground back in spring and growing them till fall was nothing short of heroic. Propagation, planting, maintaining what we have, and building what we need. Trust me, this shit ain't easy. But when it comes to harvest time, our team bumps the bar up to a whole new level. Next comes processing. Everything but the top flower goes off to get turned into crude, distillate, isolate, and water-soluble ready. Our product, like our team, is nothing less than best in class. This plant has always had the power to change the world, but it needs people to make it happen. We're lucky to have those people right here at Hamptown USA.
So we should have the license next month. We have two very large 50,000 square foot buildings, one in Grand Rapids on the second busiest street in the entire state, and the other one in Muskegon.
From MJBulls Media, it's the Raising Cannabis Capital Show. Today in the Raising Cannabis Capital series, we are joined by Tanner French from Hurricane Hydroponics. Tanner, welcome to the MJBulls podcast.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to talk to you bright and early. We also have Jason, who is Tanner's master grower, on the line with us too. Jason, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, you guys have a lot of cannabis irons in the fire, and we'll touch on all of them, but let's work from the beginning. You started with the cultivation and processing back in 2010, early days of Michigan medical marijuana market, and you ran into some problems. And like so many other entrepreneurs, in the process of solving the problems, you created Hurricane Hydroponics. Tell us the story.
Well, we definitely didn't start out to be nutrient manufacturers. We started out as growers, doing a lot of genetics and a lot of testing different equipments and atmospheric conditions. And at that point, we started to realize the only input we weren't controlling was the nutrients. We found other brands that worked well, but during over 6-month periods, what was in the bottle may not always stay the same. So it was hard to test different strains, not knowing what that input was. So we partnered with an agronomist from the University of Florida. We did a lot of testing outside of the norm with different products that weren't used, pharmaceutical grade products, and we came up with the Hurricane Hydroponics formula.
Man, that is just the typical entrepreneur. Solve the problem, creates another business. Really exciting stuff. Jason, you said that there's a lot of different ingredients in your nutrients and your supplements that set you apart from the rest of the pack. Tell us about those.
Yeah, a couple things that set us apart is we're one of the only companies that utilize pharmaceutical-grade elements up to U.S. standards, which means that we're not putting the cheapest products in this stuff. We're going above and beyond to make sure everything that we're using here is extremely plant available. And one thing that we do utilize in these formulas as well is potassium acetate. Now, there's been studies done by a couple different universities to show that potassium acetate is actually 38% more plant available than any other form of potassium on the market. Now, you might ask what potassium does for the plant. Well, potassium plays a direct role in creating all the carbohydrates, amino acids, proteins, sugars. All those, in essence, turn into our terpenes and our cannabinoid production. So by utilizing potassium acetate, we've been able to find that we're able to bring out more flavors, more colors, along with higher yields. And we're able to use less products, which is what makes it really nice.
Wow. I'm sure the growers appreciate having a consistent product so that they can just remove that variable. They don't have to worry about that aspect of what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing that they really appreciate is these formulas here, there's a lot of nutrients on the market. You have to feed the plants 2,000, 2,500 parts per million in order to get the results you're looking to get out of those plants. With Hurricane Hydroponics, we're generally somewhere between 400 and 800 parts per million. There's really no reason to ever get above 800 parts per million, even at the peak of flower, to see the results you're looking to get.
I see on your website that you only sell this product through authorized dealers. How would someone become an authorized dealer?
To become an authorized dealer, all they'd have to do is contact Hurricane and have a tax ID, and they could be an authorized dealer.
All right.
Just a retailer would go.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing about the nutrients as well that separates us is our 1-800 number goes to master growers in the field that are using this product on a daily basis as well. So it also helps alleviate a lot of early accidents if people are unsure what to do, opposed to just calling a call center with someone who may not have any idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys walk the walk. This isn't a side hobby. You talked about some of the strains that you created over the years. You have a very large proprietary genetic plant base. What are you planning to do with this?
Currently, all the plants we've breeded are going into our facilities. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a facility currently operating in Washington that will house our genetic plant base, as well as the facility in Michigan. And we haven't stopped creating. We just did about a 2,000 square foot grow of nothing but breeding to get even more strains. I think this is what will really separate everyone in the future. As everyone learns to grow better, that will be the next big variable, will be the people who have the better strains and have spent the past 10 years crossing them to have something that no one else has in the marketplace.
Yeah, 10 years of trial and error created probably a pretty comprehensive proprietary plant genetic base, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's really like having a child or anything else. I mean, the odds someone has, might have something similar, but we've taken plant bases, crossed them, then taken that crossed it with something completely outside of those two plant bases, and so on and so on. And on top of that, there's 10 million ways that can come out when you cross them.
I want to take a minute to tell you about some really innovative things that our sponsor, Cream of the Crop, is doing in the cannabis space. Their brand is on fire. They have the 5th best-selling indoor flower brand in the state, and they're profitable, growing their business at 10% a month year to date. They're succeeding by helping cultivators turn profits through operation management and consulting in exchange for supply agreements. By bringing 30-plus years of cultivation experience, award-winning genetics, ultra-efficient SOPs, proprietary nutrient mixes, and their brand, they're able to help both operators who are new to the space and ones who want to just increase efficiency. In fact, they just increased profits for one of their clients by $700,000 per month. Just incredible. But what's really exciting is that they're expanding their highly scalable model beyond California. That's right, they're accepting applications across the country for 2021 and 2022 partnerships. Also, if you're planning to invest in cannabis, you should definitely look at Cream of the Crop because they're doing a capital round in early 2021 to help with their brand's national expansion. To learn more about partnering with Cream of the Crop or investing in their expansion, go to creamofthecropgardens.com. That's creamofthecropgardens.com.
Well, you talked about your facility that you have right now, the 20,000 square foot facility that you have in Washington. And that's funding the 40,000 square foot facility that you're building in Oregon. But you have a big project about to take place in Michigan. You have state license that you expect to be getting in the next couple months. And when that license comes in, you need to be ready to hit the ground running. Where are you in that project?
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing happening right now. We actually just got a official letter from Laura stating we will be in front of the Laura Board, which is the state of Michigan regulatory committee, next month. So we should have the license next month. We have two very large 50,000 square foot buildings, one in Grand Rapids on the second busiest street in the entire state, and the other one in Muskegon. We did recently find out, though, unfortunately, they're not going to be letting the public know whether they're opting in or out for the grow part in time. So we will be opening dispensary facilities at both of those locations, and we're currently in the process of finding an area for the grow, which we found a piece of land, and we've already been financed for the whole building and all the FF&E, all the equipment, furniture, everything inside the building as well. We've found financing for that. We're currently looking for the bulk of the rest of it to get all the licenses to open the dispensaries and purchase the land.
So in your capital raise, what are you raising, and what are some of the things that investors should know?
We're looking to raise about $2 million for the investors. The Michigan market, we've been there for several years, and we have a strong following there. We have infrastructure there. We have employees there. We're more than willing to do just a straight repayment, or if someone wants equity, we're willing to discuss that as well.
Well, we've been speaking with Tanner French and Jason, his master grower, from Hurricane Hydroponics. We're going to have all of their information, or we already have all of their information on the MJBulls website. So if anyone's interested in reaching out to them, you can get all their information right off of our website. Tanner, Jason, great talking to you today. This is just one big project. Like you said, you're already in Michigan. You already have the infrastructure. You know the market. It seems like an automatic to me. So good luck with this.
Thank you. Appreciate the time. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Crappie's Feel Better Company is a cannabinoid CPG company with a line of easy-to-use CBG, CBD, and CBN products built for the weekend warriors, the weekday Zoomers, and anyone in between. Crappie's next-gen products incorporate pharmaceutical-derived chemistry to precisely blend minor cannabinoids and terpenes, creating a series of proprietary formulas for hyper-targeted use cases. Harnessing a team of experts with over 75 combined years of chemistry experience, the company relies on its novel solubility technology, state-of-the-art delivery, consistent results, and unique eye-catching branding to stand out from the crowd. Crappie's executive team and chemists have created a vast and diverse product pipeline to maintain relevance in a saturated market. To find out how you can participate in Crappie's Feel Better expansion, which includes major retail placements, university-executed clinical trials, IP and patent submissions, GMP and API scale-up, and international distribution, go to crappiesfeelbetter.com or on Instagram at crappiesfeelbetter. Today's show was made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, like Alt36, the country's premier blockchain payment processing platform that's providing dispensaries and its customers with a safe and secure payment option other than cash. To learn more, go to alt36.com.